so week 38. So pull the week 38 report for advertising from the advertising console, and search query performance and business reports. Really, in principle, business reports show the total sales. Well, where do sales come from? Sales come from searches. So total sales from search query performance. They're not going to agree, right?
Well, sales come from searches and some other places. And Amazon does not categorize them for us. What do we know? So we know that sponsored products any campaign will have 3, maybe now 4 different placement options. So there's top of search, so search, product pages, not search, rest of may or may not be search, because technically you can appear on a product page from a search term. So we're not sure how Amazon defines that, but TBD. So it could be a search. And then rest of search, definitely search. So even in there, that could be 33% that comes out right away. Now we also have sponsored products that will sometimes appear on things like BuzzFeed and other partner websites. So that's also not search. And then there's external traffic. So your email campaigns, people searching, going to like listicles and different stuff. So that's also not search. And then on top of all that, there are placements that Amazon does or does not consider to be search. So underneath the buy box, when it says consider a similar item, is that a search or is that not a search? Amazon doesn't define it, but I'd be willing to bet that all those organic placements are not considered search. And so there's potentially 60, like depending on how you slice it, between 30 and 60% of the sales that are coming from, or that happening on Amazon, that aren't coming from search, and Amazon won't define them for us. So we kind of just have to make some bold assumptions and hope that they hold. Yeah. And so, yeah.
So what here is what I am getting. Again, very simplistic approach, same time frame, business reports. First of all, business reports will give you the total sales during that time frame. Doesn't matter where they came. Mm-hmm. That's your
pie.
Whole pie. Yeah. Yes, pie. That's the pie. That's the size of the pie. Now the size gets split. In my book, that pie has 3 pieces. Mm-hmm. Organic, paid, external. That's very, there isn't a 4th slice that I can think of. It's either organic, that took place by somebody searching a keyword, and then you came up, they clicked on it and they bought it, or you paid money to Amazon to drive traffic, or you drove it directly to your listing and then somebody bought it. Mm-hmm. So there is all these things. Now, the things like frequently bought together and blah, blah, blah. Well, what do you call those? Well, it will fall into one of these 3 at the end of the day. If you are advertising product display, that's paid ad. If you are frequently bought together, well, guess what? That's organic, right? So, yeah. So now the beauty of this calculation is, well, how do you calculate the organic? Well, it's very simple. You take your total business reports, minus your paid sales, minus your attribution sales. Whatever is left is your organic. Who cares whether it's frequently bought or it was in the cart, forgot? So that's your organic. So that's the thing. But this is what I have just discovered with this conversation, a 4th piece of that pie. Keyword search sales.
Well, technically, those keyword search sales are organic sales. But the problem that you're facing and everyone else is facing is that we don't know which of these keyword search sales are organic and which ones are paid, because the attribution windows are different. And so I'm pretty sure this was purposely done by Amazon to make sure that you can't really see what's going on. But what we've been able to kind of put together is not necessarily care so much about which keyword searches are we getting the most organic sales versus paid sales. What we end up using the search query performance report for is we blend two different brand analytics reports, so search query performance and the top search term report. And then we blend our sponsored products search term report, because traditionally we spend about 80% of our budget on sponsored products. And we see and then we sort by sales volume and then filter by relevancy. And we say to ourselves, what percentage of our spend is going to our top terms? What percentage of our spend is going to terms that aren't as relevant or maybe too broad? Where are we underspending? Where are we overspending? And there's all kinds of golden nuggets in there that it's the first thing I do whenever I look at a new account. It's like I almost can make a little treasure map.
So, Sean, before you go any further, we're going to make an announcement here. Okay. So we have just started talking about search query performance. So we're going to bring you back for part 2 conversation on search query performance, because how we're going to use it, that alone is a long discussion, and the way you are explaining is specific. I want to hear all that, and then I want to also address some particular scenarios, because those are best ways for people to understand, and we'll do that.